Car payments on social media have gotten out of control. Let's look at some of those together. C'est parti.
$3,200 in car payments? Oh my gosh! What are you driving?
We're starting strong.
It's a Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce.
I guess. Oh my God.
These guys must be pulling great money to afford something like this, I hope.
What is your income, dude?
Around $320,000 a month.
Phenomenal. A month?
Yeah.
A month.
What?
Yeah.
What does he do? What do you do?
Are you pulling my leg?
No, I started a digital marketing company, and that's my pre-tax monthly income.
How old are you?
24.
24 years old, putting $3 million already per year. Let's be honest, would I buy a Rolls Royce with it? No, maybe not my priority, especially at 24, when those are some of your prime years when it comes to investing your money the right way. But let's look at it financially together. So he's buying the car for about $3,200 per month. That's roughly about $40,000 per year. When you think about maintenance and gas, that's running him maybe about $55,000 per year. Now, when you think about your car expenses against your income, let's look at your net income. You want to be below 15%. That includes the car payment, gas, insurance, and a little bit of maintenance. So financially, can he afford the Rolls Royce? Yes, he can. Now, is it the best decisions that I would have made at his age? Maybe not. Actually, if you guys are thinking about buying a car soon, I'm gonna reveal some juicy tips in this video on not just the best timing, but how to close on the greatest deals. Let's move on to the next video.
I don't care that I have a $700 car note. I don't care because I'm in this car a lot.
Ooh, a little bit of excuse here, $700 to justify being sitting comfortably. I mean, look, if she can pull the income, maybe, let's see.
Think about it. We commute to work, to the gym, to the stores. We're in this car 1-2 hours every day. Best believe that I'm gonna drive something that I like and that I'm comfortable in. And I don't care about that Apple CarPlay, whatever everybody's obsessed with. What I care about is that my windows roll up and down.
Do you need a $700 car per month payment to have electric windows?
I don't have any check engine lights.
Again, like what the heck? Are we just speaking basic functionalities here? And you mentioned Apple CarPlay, so please tell me that you have Apple CarPlay in your car for $700, because that tells me you have a car that's at least 5-6 years old and you've been scammed at the dealership. What the heck?
That my brakes aren't screeching, because having an unreliable car is inconvenient. Trust me, I've had my handful of cash cars. I've been in hoopties. It was all that I could afford back then.
But you
Car
don't need a
troubles were
$700
the
one
worst.
either.
So yeah, I'll pay my $700 car note, and best believe, yes, I am going to buy the maintenance package because my car needs to be on.
Maintenance packages. You know, the extended warranties when we go at the dealers, mathematically, and it's case specific, generally, it's not really worth it to the consumer, although there are some caveats. Don't forget, guys, that if you're at the dealer, you can always negotiate on every aspect of the purchase, including the warranties. I've recently purchased a car and I wanted the warranty because it was really juicy and I got it for 60% off. That's the only way I was gonna do it.
What's the dumbest financial decision you've ever made?
My car,
How much did it cost?
$80,000.
$80,000.
Ooh, what's your car payment on that?
Like, I paid it off. It was all the
Paid
money.
it off?
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Well, none right now.
None right. Oof. Oh boy, our friend is suffering the early age car payment syndromes. Whew. I mean, I've suffered them myself as well. I was coming at 21 years old in America. The brand new Mustang model was coming out. I was making $35,000 per year and I said, heck, let's do it. Payments were pretty expensive, I must tell you, I have it here. Not only that, I went drag race with it. 3 months later, broke the engine, $10,000 BL. Let's go. Learned my lesson pretty quick.
How much did you guys put down? Zero. How much are you guys paying per month?
$580.
$580. How long are you guys financing for?
For 287 months.
287 months. No, but come on, this must not be real. What is this? Hold on, this is a Mercedes, what, C300? The value for something like this is about $50,000 maybe, and when we sum the payments, what, 600, let's say 300 months or so, that's what they're gonna pay. Wait, 600 times 300, that's $180,000. What the hell? But this must not be real, or else they got scammed.
The average car payment right now in America is $739 a month. And that, my friend, is a fact, not my opinion.
Fortunately, our dear friend George here is right. The average car sold in America in 2024 was about $48,000. Interest rates have been crazy, as you know, but let's be honest, it's one of the fastest depreciating assets that exist. You're losing 20-30% the moment you exit the dealership. And on top of that, if you're buying an EV, rest in peace. This is gonna be savage.
Grace, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
$1,784.
$1,784.
Demetrius, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
Oh, like $2,100.
Hey guys, what's the highest payment y'all have ever seen?
It looks like a Ford dealership or so.
24.
Oh.
March?
3,200.
Jesus.
Well, maybe that's our Rolls Royce
Bailey,
friend.
Yes.
What's the highest car payment you've seen?
Oh, Ram.
I wouldn't
No,
have
that's a
it.
Dodge dealership. Well, hold on, Dodge, there is a Jeep
Patrick.
behind.
Third,
What's the highest payment you've seen?
highest payment I've seen, probably like 1,900.
All right, guys, let's keep our peace right now. This is more or less normalizations of crazy car payments. Actually, let's look at the next video that showcased that.
What are you driving? What's your car payment?
I drive a 2020 Corolla and I pay $300.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I drive a 2022 Toyota Tundra. I pay $625 a month.
What are you driving? What's your car payment?
I got a 2024 Grand Highlander. I
It's gonna be expensive.
pay $1,200.
Yeah, there you go.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I have a 22 4Runner TRD off-road with no car payment. I paid cash.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I have a 2024 Toyota Limited 4Runner and I pay
It's all Toyota.
$572 a month.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I drive a Mercedes and I have
Mercedes?
no payment because my parents bought me.
Yo, first car, the Mercedes, a jackpot. Guys, I mean, many of you know that maintaining those German engines can be tricky. Let's be honest, when you think about having a first car, those are some of the models and brands that I will never personally recommend. If you want to buy a new car for, you know, your child or just for yourself, personally, you go on Facebook Marketplace, you look for Honda, Toyota, you know, what else? Mitsubishi, maybe Ford, although questionable. You look for cars that do have pretty easy maintenance, availability of parts, and something that's generally affordable.
The way you know someone's going to stay middle class is when they have two very nice cars that are obvious $500, $600, $700 payments.
A friend here, Dave, is considering expensive car, $500, $600, $700. But the video that we just had almost everyone were over $500. It's normalization of expensive cars when there's no need for that.
Sitting in front of a middle class house.
Exactly.
100% those people are going to stay middle class.
When you think about Jeff Bezos, while his company was starting to be worth tens of millions of dollars, he was still driving his 2004 or 2007 Honda Civic to work in Seattle.
I should have never did it.
Me leaving the dealership with the 2024 Honda Accord, 33 out the door, okay. 19% interest. Ugh. First time buyer, yikes. So she's gonna be paying what, $6,000 or so of interest per year, plus the depreciation that hits her on year one, 30%, boom, her car is costing her $9,000 easy, just in car value and payments for the first year of running it. And she's gonna be also pretty deeply underwater fast from it. 19% interest is unacceptable. FYI, as you guys may know, if you have any debt that is higher than 10% interest, I will always recommend for you to pay back that debt before investing into other things. So 19% is hell. Good luck to you.
If you go to the dealership at the end of a month, typically the salespeople at the dealership have quotas that they need to hit. And if they are able to hit their quota over a certain amount or what have you, there's kickers, meaning they can earn more money having had you buy that car.
That is solid, that is true. Let's look at the juicy part of how do you score one of the greatest deals that you can on your car purchase.
So there's quotas for months. There's often quotas for quarters. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And there's also quotas for years. So typically the best time to buy a car is like the last 2 weeks of December, where you can really go into a dealership and put your big boss negotiation pants on and be like, I'm ready to buy a car now. I am pre-approved on a loan, an auto loan, but you need to bend to my will. I want every possible discount. I want the fresh car mats. I want servicing for free for the next year. I want all of this, all the nice accoutrements.
Yes.
Let's get juicy. Let me tell you the secret sauce. I've bought 11 cars over the course of the past 8 years and I've learned my lesson. From getting scammed at the beginning to today, I even come with my computer and show them how much profit they're gonna make from me. But you don't have to go to that extent. I'm gonna give you exactly what you need to know. The sweetest spot to buy a car is at the 2 to 3 year mark, below 36,000 miles. And if you can buy it, as you see, at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, and even better at the end of the year, it is jackpot. Now, when you go to the dealer, don't say that you want to buy the car cash. No, no, no. Because how dealership works usually is they're going to make money off the financing, because if they sell you a financing, they get a bonus on it. So you always want to negotiate on the total amount that is being spent, not on the monthly payments. No, no. So when you go and they tell you, oh, how much can you afford per month? BS. You say, no, I want to know the value of the car. Because what they're going to do if you say 300, well, it's not going to work on 36 months. It's going to work on 5 years. It's going to work on 289 months like our friend. What you need to work on is really the amount. You negotiate the amount as much as you can. And then at the last minute, you pull them, oh, actually, I'm deciding to, use my own financing or pay it in cash. Okay. The other thing that I want for you to know is if you happen to go and to buy a model that is going to refresh in design, that is also another key, because you can always tell them, hey, your model here is going to be refreshed next year. It's not going to be up to date. Would you rather have this sitting on your parking lot by the end of the year when you're going to have to pay taxes? Or would you want to hit your quota? Maybe you make a little bit less money on me, but at least that's good for you and for your numbers. Let's be honest. You're going to laugh about this. Most of my deals, and that is not sponsored, I would go on Car Gurus, because Car Gurus give you what is for sale, again, what is the value on Kelley Blue Book, and generally they give you what's a deal and not a deal, so you don't overpay for it. I personally, that's me, I do not like to go to no haggle dealership. Because no haggle, it's kind of like the CarMax of the world, where all the pigeons, personally, I hate CarMax. I think that it's great if you have no idea about what you're doing and you just want to get in, pay 20% more than the value of the car because you know that, okay, it's gone through a round of inspections and so on. You're buying the convenience, but we're not here wanting convenience. We're here for the greatest deal. I want the greatest deal that I can. If they cannot match the numbers that I've already preconceived in my head before I come to the dealership, then the deal is over.
Dean, why are electric car prices plummeting?
The demand's going down. If you know, I mean, everybody knows Tesla prices are dropping. Like
you can buy a Tesla for less than $20,000 now.
The adoption, it looks like originally the electric cars was like a thing. And now it's become more mainstream, and then all the nuances about having an electric car becoming more widespread with consumers, like charging infrastructure, you know me, right? Just to go far, sometimes I got a freaking plan, like shit, where's the closest? So that's affecting, a lot of people. And
I would never, at least for now in our current environment, buy an electric car. No, I'm sorry. My partner actually leases one. Why? Well, number one, if you're not Tesla, you're relying on what is referred to as electrified America. And on average, my fiancé has to wait at least an hour just to being able to charge, because there isn't so much supply now on the market of all the brands that are not Tesla compatible, that are overpressuring the chargers and the infrastructure that has not been set to respond to that demand. Everybody has come into the electric game, but the structure to charge it has not been strong enough. On top of that, I must tell you that they depreciate up to 10 times more than a regular car. Now, would I buy a second-hand electric car? Not gonna say no. You can park some Spark EV or Fiat 500e for $5,000-$6,000. They give you 60 to 80 miles per range. You can charge them at home on the level 1, costing you peanuts. That's where the deal is. But do not buy those new.
Hey, if you drive a paid off car, you're not driving a beater, you're driving a blessing, okay? Now, I get it. You're looking at all your friends, they've upgraded their cars, they've got the 2024 edition, automatic lane switching or whatever, but I'm telling you, comparison is the thief of joy. You do not realize how freeing not having a car payment is until you don't have one, right? Like, I don't even have a backup camera. I don't have Apple CarPlay. You know, heated seats would be nice, but it's not worth not having a car payment.
I think this car is spot on. We do not need to spend crazy amount of money on one of the fastest depreciating assets that exist. Your money can be spent elsewhere in things that are going to benefit you in the long term. Don't let social media or external pressure drive your decision to be financially independent and to have pure decisions on every aspect of your life. Be responsible and take care of your finances. More video to follow. I encourage you to like and subscribe. Until then, I see you next time. À bientôt.